Why, hello there. I am back with another Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me your questions, and here they are, so let's get right into it. So the first question is, what do you think about people who look at you? I'm guessing they mean just in general, in public, and on social media as well. People who look at me are fine if it's just like a passing glance, but people who stop and stare make me really uncomfortable. And I think it's kind of rude, honestly. If I see someone who's wearing unusual makeup, sure, I want to look at them, but I'm not going to be openly staring at them in a creepy way because I know how uncomfortable that makes someone feel, and I would never want to make someone else feel that way. And people who are nice about it and they just like compliment my makeup or say, oh wow, you look really nice, I like how you did your hair, stuff like that, that I don't mind at all. And people on social media, I mean, that's kind of what the purpose of social media is. Because especially stuff with Instagram, it's all photo-based, it's all picture-based, so I want people to be looking at my stuff, so I like it. Next question is, do you have any tattoos, or do you want to get any? What's your opinion about tattoos? I do not have any tattoos, and right now I don't have any plans to get any myself. I think I've mentioned this before in previous videos, but I feel like a tattoo is a very, very permanent decision, and there's nothing that I really want on my body right now. Right now I prefer to kind of have a blank canvas as far as my body goes, but in the future, who knows, I might want some tattoos. And my opinion about tattoos in general is I love them. I think they look beautiful on other people. Like my boyfriend, for example, has a couple of tattoos, and I think they look great on him. I'm always very much in awe of people who have given that much time and thought into something that they want to have on their body for the rest of their life. Next question. What is your favorite makeup look you've done so far, and what's your favorite color? Well, I think it's a little obvious that my favorite color is definitely black. But aside from black, I'm also very partial to orange, red, and purple. My favorite makeup look that I've done so far, oh gosh, I don't know if I can pick one specifically, but the first thing that pops into my mind is that I just did a lip series recently for Kat Von D Beauty. They sent me their Glimmer palette, which is so beautiful. I love it so much. And I did a series of lip art, 3 pieces, inspired by the colors and the shades, so I think that's one of my favorite pieces that I've done lately. What inspired you the most to start doing makeup the way you do today? I would probably have to say Pinterest. I discovered a lot of beautiful gothic women via Pinterest, and then I discovered Instagram, and so people on Instagram and social media in general kind of inspired me to, branch out and try different things with my makeup and my looks and my fashion, so that is pretty much what inspired me to look the way that I do today. Ooh, I like this question. What is your biggest pet peeve? Well, to be honest, I have quite a few. But my biggest pet peeve that comes to mind right now is when other people tell someone else how to live their life. Like if someone came up to me in the street and just came up to me and said, without any warning, without me even speaking to them, saying that you would look so much better if you wore colorful clothing and if you didn't wear dramatic makeup and black lipstick. If someone thinks that, that's absolutely fine. But telling someone that isn't the most respectful thing to do. Like, I would never dream of doing that to someone else, especially if they didn't look like me at all, because if they don't look like you, then that's a good sign that they have a different style and they like that style. It's not like I woke up in the morning and just looked like this because I didn't care. This took time and effort. I decided to put, orange glitter on my face this morning. I decided to put a black wig on and black lipstick. It was a conscious decision, and I obviously put time and effort into this because I like it. So I really don't understand the mentality behind people going up to someone who looks, a certain way and saying, you're wrong, you should not look like this, you would look so much better a different way because I know best. I know what's best for you. I hate people like that. It bugs me so, so much. But I despise people who think that they know what's best for you, and that applies to every aspect of your life, whether it be what your faith is, how you dress, how you speak, what kind of music you listen to, just anything like that. I hate it. It bugs me so much. Also, my other biggest pet peeve is when guys message people on social media, Facebook, texting, what have you, even in real life, when they're in a relationship or they see that this person that they're messaging is in a relationship, like me, and they're like, oh, you're so sexy, I want to get to know you, let's talk, let's send some pictures. And I'm like, no, do you not see that I have a boyfriend? Recently, one situation happened where this guy was saying, oh, you're so sexy, I want to talk to you. I'm like, no, I have a boyfriend, please leave me alone. He's like, oh, well, that's fine, I have a wife. You have a wife? What the heck is wrong with you? Oh my gosh, I do not understand people like that. If you're so unhappy being in a relationship, why did you marry someone? If you want to be single and flirt with other people, don't get married. Don't be in a relationship. Next question, on a lighter note. What were your favorite books / movies / media as a kid? My favorite books as a kid were undoubtedly the Harry Potter series. I grew up with them. I grew up seeing them in theaters, the movies, and then reading the books whenever they came out. My brother was the best. He would buy me a Harry Potter book whenever it came out each year for my birthday. It was so amazing. I loved it. Just growing up with that whole story and kind of reading about Harry's adventures and then seeing the movies too. It was fantastic. So those are my favorite things as a kid. How do you feel knowing that lots of people are inspired by you? Is it weird? It is a little weird, I'm gonna be honest. I never started out Instagram thinking that a lot of people are gonna look up to me and imitate what I do and recreate my makeup looks. I mean, that still blows my mind that there are so many people out there who admire me and like what I do, and it's a great feeling, but it's also very strange. And when it first started happening, I felt a lot of pressure to be perfect, and I still do feel that pressure, but I just feel like I need to be myself, and I'm just gonna be, you know, the way that I am normally, because otherwise it would feel like an act, and I would never want to pretend to be someone that I'm not. And I'm sure you guys would be able to tell because apparently I wear my heart on my sleeve, so it's very easy for people to tell when I am not being honest or straightforward with them. So I don't know, to answer your question, yeah, it does feel a little weird, but it is nice to feel like I get up in the morning with a purpose and that I know that whatever I put out on social media will be either entertaining people or, you know, inspiring someone to get out and do their makeup that day, or just when I sing, like, to make someone's day a little bit brighter, a little bit happier. It's just, I don't know, it's a fun feeling. I enjoy making other people happy. Next question, how do you make bright eyeshadow stand out? That is an excellent question. What I usually do to make bright eyeshadow stand out is I either use a white base, like I use a white pencil or a white cream base. I think NYX makes a white cream base specifically for eyeshadow. And other than that, I just use a really, really good primer. My favorite is my Sephora eye primer, and that really makes the eyeshadow stick to your eyelid, and it also makes it look a lot better and brighter. What are you afraid of? I am afraid of a lot of things. I am mostly afraid of spiders. If I see a picture of a spider or if I have like spider jewelry, that's fine, but if I see a spider in real life, I will run the other way, I will scream. There's something about them that I think it's the way that they move really creeps me out, and I am not a fan whatsoever. I am not a fan of spiders. The other thing I'm afraid of is being harassed and catcalled, because that does happen to me pretty much almost every time that I go out, sometimes by myself. If I'm not by myself, then no one talks to me, no one really makes fun of me or says anything to me. But if I'm out by myself shopping or just going out somewhere to do something, errands, most recently I was going out shopping and I was wearing, you know, for me, a very conservative outfit. I was completely covered up. I had a very long skirt on, nothing like revealing or anything like that. I didn't look like this. I had no makeup on whatsoever. And as I was walking to my car, there was a group of guys standing around just outside of it, and they started catcalling me and saying, "Hey, pretty mama, hey lady, what are you doing?" Stuff like that. And that just made me so uncomfortable, and I was a little scared because I felt like, you know, if it was one guy, I probably could have defended myself, but since there were 3 of them, and they were a lot bigger than I was really scared. So that's something that I'm afraid of as well. Which YouTubers would you like to collaborate with? Would you like to do a collab with Onision? I do not know who that is, so no. I would love to do a collaboration on YouTube with someone like Riri Phillips, It's Black Friday, Evelina Demore. I mean, any gothic YouTuber would be so much fun to do a collaboration with. What do you use to take your pictures? I actually use a couple of different things. I actually just got an iPhone 7 Plus and that takes amazing pictures sometimes, but for the most part I use my DSLR camera, which I am using to film right now. It is the Canon Rebel T4i and I love it so much. It's my pride and joy. It's great for taking photos. Next question is, how did you meet Alex? I'm guessing this person means my boyfriend. I don't know why people always call him Alex. His name is Jesse. But I met Jesse on Tinder. How long does it take to do your makeup and get ready? On average, I would say probably between 45 minutes to an hour to do a full face of makeup, which would be eyelashes, eyeshadow, lipstick, foundation, contour, highlight, eyebrows, all that stuff. That would probably take me between 45 minutes to an hour. If I really want to do just like a quick, nothing fancy, just a face of makeup, it would probably take me about 15 minutes. And it also takes a little bit longer if I'm doing a live stream or if I'm doing a makeup tutorial for you guys. Ooh, I like this question. What lighting do you use? I actually use two softboxes right now. I can show you guys real quick. So this is what it looks like. It is just a big square box and it has a cover on it, and inside there is a light bulb with reflective material. And I have two of them. But in order to have good lighting, you don't need to go out and buy softboxes. My softboxes were $70 on Amazon, but if you don't have that kind of money to spend, what you could do is use what's called a clamp light. This is what I used for the longest time. I used two of these and I just clamped them to my makeup table. It's just an aluminum shell that you could buy at Home Depot. I forget what the bulbs are called, but they're daylight bulbs, so they're very bright and intense. So I think this whole setup completely cost me somewhere between 10 and 12 bucks, and that included getting the bulbs, two bulbs, and two of these can lights. And you can find all of that at your local Home Depot or Lowe's. What has been your highlight of 2017 so far? So far, I'd have to say getting my driver's license and then my car the next day. My parents were very kind and bought me my car, so now I have wheels and I can go wherever I want, whenever I want, and it is fantastic. What is your favorite song or band at the moment? Well, to be honest, I just watched the movie Moana for the first time the other day. This one song comes to mind, and it's by Jonathan Young, and it's of the song Shiny from Moana. He has such an awesome voice, and I love that he does metal versions of Disney songs, so I will leave a link to that video in the description box if you guys want to see it too. So that's something that I've been listening to on repeat a lot. And as far as bands go, I would have to say either Avatar or In This Moment are my favorite right now. Next question is, what product did you first fall in love with, and did you teach yourself? Yes, I did teach myself, and the first product that I ever fell in love with, which was actually my first ever purchase from Sephora, was a lipstick from Kat Von D, and as you can see, I have collected many in the years afterwards. But let me see if I can find it. This was my first liquid lipstick that I ever bought, and it is in the shade Agogo, and it's from Kat Von D. It's this beautiful Halloween orange, and that's what made me fall in love with Kat Von D and all of her products. See, what trend in makeup do you hate and what do you love? Let's see. I don't think there's any trends, so to speak, in makeup that I hate, because I feel like makeup is such a creative outlet that people should be able to do whatever they want and not, be judged for it. I love highlight and contour because I feel like highlight and contour adds that extra something to your face that I just used to put straight foundation on my face in high school. I had no idea about blush, about contour, about anything. So I like being able to really blind people with my highlight now. It's a lot of fun. If anything, I don't know if it's specifically a trend. I just like all those clickbaity videos on Instagram where people advertise, doing the derma rolling on your lips and just things that are unsafe just to get views. That's something I don't really like. See, I can never figure out where the hell to put my cheek contour. Any tips? Okay, so what I do, I struggle with this a lot as well. I usually use a little brush that looks like this. It's kind of very tapered and flat. And when I do my contour, I try to do it kind of halfway between my eye and my ear. So for me, it's right about here. I always start off with a light amount of product because you can always build up a lot more. And I kind of do it very lightly to see if that's where I want it to go, and then if not, I change it. If so, I just add more on. So I hope that helped you a little bit. See, how did you begin to incorporate the goth style into your own? Which were the first things you changed? So I started dressing and looking more alternative and goth in my last year of college. So the first things that I changed were my makeup. I started wearing huge eyeliner. I'll see if I can find some old photos and show you guys, but my makeup when I first started off was terrible. Oh my goodness, I didn't know what I was doing whatsoever. Like I said, I just found people on Pinterest and I wanted to look like them, so I tried to imitate the huge wings and dark lipstick and colorful eyeshadow as well. But I started changing my makeup and experimenting with my face first. And then I started to wear more black. I would go to thrift stores and find, little skirts that were ripped or torn. Anything black I would just buy immediately. And I would dress it up with a lot of belts and boots and any kind of thigh-high socks. But those were the first things that I changed when I started to dress more alternatively. What is your #1 favorite Tim Burton movie? Ooh, that's an excellent question. My #1 favorite would have to be Edward Scissorhands. It makes me cry every time. It's such a great movie, but it's so sad and so moving to me, and I love the soundtrack. And also, Johnny Depp. I can't not love a film with Johnny Depp in it. What is your most favorite makeup and outfit look you love that you have done over the years? By the way, I love you and I love your makeup, art, and outfits. Oh, thank you so much. I would have to say right now probably the outfit that I did to kind of advertise my Killstar dress, because I did a little bit of a music video for that as well. I'll put a picture here for you guys to see, but I really liked how I did a lot of black that day, but I added that pop of blue eyeliner, and it felt like something really different and fun for me, and I really enjoyed shooting that video as well. Besides The Little Mermaid, what is another of your favorite Disney movies? Oh gosh, I love them all. Well, The Lion King is a classic, so I'd have to say The Lion King is one of my absolute favorites. How did you know goth was for you? Well, I just kind of happened upon it one day, and I just immediately fell in love with it, and I thought, oh my goodness, this person or whoever it was that I saw looks so beautiful. I want to look like that. And that's just how it happened. I just instantly fell in love. And I've been looking this way for the last 3 or 4 years now, and I couldn't be happier. Hello. Hi. My question is about being goth in the workplace with the job you do now versus a job you had when you were younger. Interesting question. I would have to say that I didn't really dress very goth when I was younger, so I can't really compare how people treat me at my job now to how it was when I was younger. I'm trying to think. The only thing I can think of was when I did an internship in my last year of college when I started dressing more goth. And my boss was very sweet to me. She would always say, oh, I love your makeup. Let me look at that. That's so beautiful. You did such a great job. So she was very supportive. And other people who worked where I didn't really talk to me. They just kind of, were a little snobby, or they ignored me, which was fine. I'd prefer that to being, picked on or teased. And where I work now, I am very lucky, I have to say. Where I work now is very, very lenient in terms of how they let me dress. I could walk into work, and I have actually, wearing a crop top and shorts, and they wouldn't say anything to me. And I've worn every wig that I own there. I've worn really crazy colorful makeup. I walked in one day wearing sweatpants and no makeup, and they were fine with it. Because I am in a more creative department, they don't really mind as much because clients don't really come in and see me. I'm more of the back end of things, where I'm not a salesperson. I just kind of do the creative side of making a newspaper. So I think that's a big reason why they let me dress and look however I want without any real consequences. And actually, I've never gotten any mean comments from anyone where I work now. My boss has always been very supportive. I have 2 bosses. I have the CEO, and then I have someone under her who kind of I answer to. And they've both been very kind to me, and they've always been very complimentary of my outfits and my makeup, so I'm really happy and thankful for that. I love your lipstick and transformation videos. Thank you so much. Do you know of a good editing software that isn't Apple? I usually do use iMovie for all of my editing. I think there is an app for your phone. I'm not sure if it's only for Apple or if they do it for other things as well, but it's called Splice. And that has been something that I have used in the past for my transformation videos, and it's also very good. I like it a lot. What is your favorite musical, and can you sing a song from it for a bit while doing makeup? Oh goodness, my favorite musical is Phantom of the Opera. I love that musical so much. I've seen it so many times in the city on Broadway. And I usually do actually sing while I do my makeup. If you guys ever catch my live feeds on Instagram, I always sing when I'm doing my makeup. I always talk to you guys and kind of go back and forth. I do a lot of Disney songs, and it's a lot of fun. But unfortunately, I've noticed that my cameras, whenever I've tried to do Disney covers for you guys, it's very hard to get the sound right, which is why I haven't done more covers for you, but when I get that figured out, I will definitely record more singing videos. For now, if you want to see me sing, tune into my Instagram live videos. How do you take your photos for lipstick swatches? I usually use my DSLR camera, and the viewfinder is something where you can turn it around and face you, so right now I can look over and see myself in the viewfinder, and that's how I take the photos. I either usually have it on a timer, or I just kind of reach up and hold the camera and position it to where I can see it on my face, where I want it, and then press the button, and that's how I take it. See, here's an interesting question. Do you get a hard time from your more religious Catholic friends when you wear pentagrams or occult symbols? There are some people who have tried to give me a hard time for wearing pentagrams. Hello. And whenever people do try to approach me and tell me that I'm wrong for wearing them, it's always fun to kind of give them a little history lesson, because the pentagrams actually originated in, well, it didn't originate in Christianity, but they were used for Christianity before they were used for satanic things. So it's always fun to kind of make them realize that they should do more research before just blaming things. Oh, that's satanic. Oh, that's terrible. You shouldn't be wearing that. But that's another one of my pet peeves, is that people don't really know what certain symbols are. They just hear that they have a bad stigma attached to them, and they automatically start preaching, this is wrong, you shouldn't be wearing that, that's evil, that's bad. And they really need to take more time and research for themselves about what these symbols are and what they mean, because these symbols are not bad in the slightest. At one point, the pentagram like this actually symbolized the 5 wounds of Christ, so you gotta do your research before just saying that something is evil or bad. Do you still practice or label yourself as a Christian or Catholic person, a person who believes in Jesus as a savior, not only a historical figure? Yes, I do, but I disagree with a lot of how other Catholics and Christians act and treat other people, so I haven't really been as active in the community as I have been in the past. I think that as a Catholic or as a Christian, you are called to be loving and kind and accepting of everyone. And a lot of the people that I've seen or used to hang out with are not like that at all. So I'd rather not be associated with people like that, because I always think that it's very important to be accepting and loving towards everyone, and being a bigot or saying that someone else is wrong because of what they believe is not something that I condone. So, but yes, I do believe in Jesus, and I do believe he was more than just a historical figure. I've always gotten a lot of peace from being inside of a church, so that's something that I still enjoy. See, on a lighter note, what concerts are you attending this year? I actually don't have any concerts planned right now. I would love to go see In This Moment and Avatar. I think they're playing together sometime in the future. And I would also love to go see Alice Cooper, because I've seen him at least 4 or 5 times, but it never gets old. I love seeing him. Do you enjoy listening to Gothic music like Sisters of Mercy or Bauhaus or Susie and the Banshees? Sometimes. I have to admit, when I first started dressing more Gothic and listening to the music, I did not like any of the Gothic music at all. I much preferred my rock and my metal and things like that, but now, as I've gotten older, I feel like I'm starting to appreciate some of it a little bit more. For example, one of my favorite songs right now is by Suspiria, and it's called You Bleed Me. I actually found that song through It's Black Friday, because she played it for her How Goths Dance at the Club video, which is really hilarious. You guys should watch that. Oh my goodness, and that about wraps it up. That was the last question. Thank you guys so much for sending me all of your questions. I got to answer all of them this time, which is awesome. Yay! I always feel bad when I have to leave questions out because of time. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to see me do any more Q&As in the future, please let me know. I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day. Bye!